friends. We read this book, Manjhi Moves a Mountain, during our crew meeting on Monday the 20th, and I wanted to share this with you in case anyone didn't get a chance to join us or in case you just want to hear it again. We've been talking this week about persevering through challenges because this remote learning journey has presented a lot of challenges that we were not probably prepared for. And so I know that each one of you is doing your absolute best to persevere through those challenges. And that is exactly what this book is about. It's about this man, his name is Manjhi. He did exactly that. He persevered to overcome what seemed like an impossible challenge. And so this is the story of his life. On the back of the book it says, when a mountain separates Dashrath Manjhi's poor village from schools and hospitals, he sees a solution no one else can imagine. Using only a hammer, chisel, and 20 years of exhausting work, Manjhi shows that one determined person can wear down even the most massive of problems in this incredible story. So let's go ahead and get started with Manjhi Moves a Mountain. Deep in the heart of India, a mighty mountain separates two villages. On Manjhi's side, nothing grew. People were hungry. Children gave up walking the long 40 miles to school on the other side of the mountain. Adults groaned on the jagged, long climb to plow the fields or shop at the market. On the other side, rice and wheat flowered and flourished. People's bellies were full and their pockets jangled with money. Every day, Manjhi paused at the top of the mountain to catch his breath and gaze at the two villages. Why should some people have so much and others so little? Manjhi tried to think of an answer as he made his way down the mountain to plant and harvest on the other side. If only the two villages were closer. If only the road between them were easier. If only there were a way to move a mountain. Frustrated, he picked up a stone and threw it down. Crack! He saw a sprinkle of powder. He knelt down and felt it with his fingers. That was it! Manjhi hurried to his hut to search for something to trade. He had nothing anyone would want except 3 goats. He gently looped ropes around their necks and searched until he found someone who would trade a worn hammer and chisel for them. He hurried back to the top of the mountain. He positioned the chisel, he aimed, he swung the hammer, clink! Powdered rock and tiny chips sprayed. Over and over Manjhi swung until it was too dark to see. Clink, clank, clunk. His sweaty, throbbing fingers rubbed the rough rock. He felt a dent. It was small and bumpy, but it was there. 2 inches. 3 inches. His shoulders ached, his head pounded, but his heart was lighter. He picked his way down the mountain and across the dirt path. He tumbled into bed. All too soon a rooster crowed. Manjhi rubbed his eyes. His hands were raw with blisters. Still, he climbed the mountain. He gripped the hammer and pounded the chisel for hours. Hold, aim, swing. Then he scrambled down the mountain to hoe, water, and weed on the other side. As soon as he could, he rushed back up. Hold, aim, swing. Day after day, Manjhi clutched the hammer and chisel. Hold, aim, swing. Night after night, he slid dusty fingers into the hole, measuring 1 foot, 2 feet. After a week, he could crouch inside. 4 feet, 5 feet. You're crazy, people told him. A man can't change a mountain. It's there before he is born and after he dies. But Manjhi could see something they couldn't. The parting of the mountain into 2 great halves with a road in between. A road where people could get to work, to market, to school, even to the hospital more easily. Nothing could stop him. Not words, not time, not even the mountain, which sent chips and powder tumbling down his shoulders, whitening his hair. A year passed. Every day, Manjhi was a little stronger and the hole a little deeper and longer. 10 feet forward, 20 feet forward. 10 years passed. Still, it was too far for children to walk to school. The sick often couldn't get to the clinic in time, and the villagers spent countless hours climbing to work in the fields and shop in the markets. But Manjhi didn't slow down. Hold, aim, swing. He pushed forward. 20 feet forward, 30 feet forward, 50 feet forward. The sides of the hole towered over his body. After 15 years, people started to see what he had seen. Adults who had been children when he started marveled. Children who had never known a time when he wasn't striking the mountain watched in awe. "100 feet forward, 200 feet forward." Now each time he returned to his task, Manjhi could see that helping hands had made the hole a little longer. Then he left it. He found food waiting for him, baskets of warm roti dripping with melted ghee. Tins of spicy dal tickled his nose. Once he unwrapped a cloth to find a shiny new hammer and chisel glistening in the sun. By the 22nd year, whispers swept through both villages. Every day, more people gathered. Parents lifted their little ones onto their shoulders so that they could see the other side. They wondered if this would be the day. Hold, aim, swing. Men, women, and children held their breath. Manjhi could hear his heart beating as loudly as the hammer hitting the rock. Hold, aim, swing. Swoosh! Where once a mighty mountain stood, there was nothing but open space and broken rock. Manjhi looked from one village to the other, but for the first time, there weren't two villages. There was just one, sharing water, hopes, dreams, and a man who had moved a mountain. Author's note. Dashrath Manjhi was born in 1934 and died August 17, 2007 at the age of 73. Using only a chisel and a hammer, he took 22 years, from 1960 to 1982, to cut a road 360 feet long, 30 feet high, and 25 feet wide through a mountain that blocked Gilar, his village near Gaya in Bihar, India, from Wazirganj, where they had running water, doctors, a school, and jobs. For most of those years, Manjhi was ridiculed for pursuing an impossible goal. Not only was he a poor laborer, he was a Shudra, from one of the lowest castes in Hindu society. Those who follow the caste system believe people must live in certain places and have different access to jobs, schools, hospitals, and land according to the group in which they were born. Manjhi began his task for his wife, Falguni Devi, who died in 1959, supporting his dream. For some, the story of Manjhi's parting the mountain is a love story, done in dedication to his wife, who had difficulty getting medical care. It's been compared to how the great emperor Shah Jahan of India built the Taj Mahal as a tomb for his wife, Mumtaz Mahal, from 1632 to 1643. Another image that comes to mind is that of the Hindu god Krishna, who is said to have lifted Mount Govardhana to shelter a group of villagers from the rain. What began as a labor of love for Manjhi's wife evolved into a determination to help his entire village, one of about 60 in the rocky remote area. By shortening a treacherous 34-mile trek to a manageable 9-mile walk across a safe road, he changed everyone's lives for the better and gave them hope that there was nothing that couldn't be done if you believed and persevered. When the Indian government gave Manjhi land as a reward for his impressive achievement, he donated it to his village for a hospital to be built there. The road he had carved made it easier for teachers to come to his village, creating a new school. Not only did the road make it easier for the villagers to reach the world, it made it easier for the world to come to them. Manjhi is honored in his village and all across India as the Mountain Man. Move your own mountain. Dashrath Manjhi wanted to make life better for everyone in his village. He didn't have money, but he had an idea to make a path through the mountain, and he was willing to work hard to make his dream come true. What kind of mountain can you move to make things better in your community? Some children have designated a buddy bench on their school playground so that a child without a friend can sit on the bench and someone will invite the child to play. Others have become buddies for kids with special needs, adopted seniors at retirement homes, or volunteered to walk or play with animals at shelters. Some children have started recycling programs. One California teen named Natalie Hampton created a free Sit With Us app that helps kids find someone to sit with at lunch. What will you do to move a mountain?